I know it seems like I'm doing an ISSA, International Scissor Sharpeners Association certification, observation, judgment, grading. I don't know what the word is, but I'm looking at a new certification weekly, sometimes twice a week. It seems like that, and it's because it really is. I have a lot of people doing this certification now, and it's a simple one. If you haven't done it, you may want to. You can join the ISSA without doing the certification, but most people prefer to do the certification. And it's not that expensive, and it's for a lifetime, and I send you 2 damaged shears. And so I have some in this envelope right now, and let's take a look at them. So in preparation, I have my really cheap toilet tissue. I have my water bottle. Have my Magna wand so I can look at it close, and I have an old bad toupee that's fallen apart. I found this one works pretty good because I can, if I slide cut on it, if the shears aren't sharp, it pulls it right out at the roots. I might go ahead and use some better hair too, so we'll look at these. So let's open this up. This is someone from the United States, and they sent these in. It's a written test. Oh man, he wrote all kinds of things. Yeah, he wrote in the answers. It says, what's the optimum angle for a convex shear to cut sharp without pushing? And he said also the scratch test, and also check the manufacturer's website. I guess so, but you got to be careful checking the manufacturer's website because the Japanese measurements are different. They're the opposite. I have a video on that. They're the opposite of our of what we use. Test shears pre and post traditional cut test. A is hair. Yeah, he just answered in a lot of added some more information in there, gave me all the information, and also, this is interesting, beveled shear, his initial inspection. I'll cover up his name. You may want to see that with me. Right-handed shear, finger blade is corrugated, thumb blade is nicked, causing damage to finger blade. Tips look okay, no ride line evident, however inside blades feel hollow grind. Shears noisy and crunches at nick. Pushes hair consistently and won't cut dry single plies tissue. Tension is too loose. Yes. So he tells us exactly how he did them. What he oiled them with. Did 30 micron flat hone disc on a Hira 2 thumb blade. This is interesting because usually we don't know exactly how somebody sharpens it. I just have to look at it. And then this one, let's cover up his name again. Previously beveled. And see, it's really, these shears come as a, the convex ones actually come from the factory with a little micro bevel. Finger tang and bumper loose. Tension screws very loose. Finger blades nicked. Won't cut dry tissue, pushes hair. So then it tells how he did it. I'm just going to refer back to these if they don't pass. If they do pass, I'm going to assume all the things he decided to do was correct. And he made sure about how he sent them to me too. This is number 313047. And he's put his name on the tags, which is okay. Because I don't necessarily want the people watching this video to know who it is at this point. If he does really well, I might. But 313047. So what we're looking at is, first of all, I'm going to cut dry tissue. No pressure, thumb only, cuts dry. No pressure, thumb only, no thumb in the hole. Cut slow, it cuts dry. Let's see if it cuts wet. Cuts wet. Not really good wet. Let's check these out. See why this isn't cutting wet. Is it sharp? Feels pretty sharp. Adjustment's right. And this is the way you can check to see if they're sharp, if they slide through here. And it's sliding through without ripping the hair out of this cheap toupee thing. So it's and I'm checking on just regular hair, seeing if it cuts good. Cuts good, no push. Now, if it's not cutting wet tissue, that means either it's not sharp, which we kind of are certain that it is, or it's loose, or there's some nicks left. I feel roughness. Feels really rough back in here. Oh yeah, there's a nick right there. Nick right here. And yeah, big old nick right there. He's reconvexed them, but it looks to me, let me see if I can get this. I'm having to use my phone today to videotape this. For some reason, my camera wouldn't turn on. Looks to me like he never got a burr from here to here on that tip. And I'm going to show you what I'm seeing here. It off a little bit because I got some of that hair on it. And I did the wet tissue before I cut hair, so we can't say it was the dirty hair. I can see a little bit of burr right there. I don't know if you can, but it's a little bit of a burr. I mean, not a burr, a little bit of a nick. And if I run my nail along here, catches. Same thing back here. And as I said, I saw a spot here, looked like there wasn't a burr. Like maybe you didn't reach the edge right here. Well, I'm not seeing it now. Yeah, I am seeing it a little bit. I don't know if you can. When I turn it back and forth, there's like a little white line right along the edge, right there, just in one spot. Let me try something. So here's the wet tissue. So the tip cuts fine. The middle to the tip cuts fine. That's where it gets into trouble, see? Back there. And what this wet tissue is catching is that there is still a nick. Right? There's still a nick. Right there, see? And it's just below there. Now it'll cut fine from here down. And most of your hairstylists, I mean, frankly, they do little snippy things and they're never cutting back in here. But I'm wanting for you to be certified. I want this to be able to cut all the way down. And there's definitely a nick right here left behind. And it's just rough back in there. So more metal needs to come off. Ride line could look a little bit more distinct there. but it's more that there's nicks left behind. So these don't pass. The tip is good. Your hairstylist would probably be fine with them, but I would like to see you do better. They're pretty close. Pretty close. And I think if I sent these back, they would be fine. Let's see how these cut hair. This is the beveled edge. I'm taking my thumb out. Nice crisp cut. So these pass. These I would like to see him do them again. We'll send him back and he can resharpen them. But they're just, this area right in here is just not quite to the standards I'd like. It is convexed and reconvexed where it was a semi-convex bevel before. So he's done that. There's that spot. I see it shining in the light. And I don't know if I can get that on camera. But it's one spot there. But that cut okay. But it's one spot there. It looks like he didn't get a burr. Because it's like a little shiny white line right along the edge. So I don't know, but that cut fine, so I'm not going to be picky there, but this area needs to be worked on. So that's another ISSA, and so close, so close. I think by the time he looks at him, goes over him one more time, sends him back. Said I was going to look at his notes. He said he tested on wet single-ply tissue and dry hair, but he must not test it like I do, the whole blade open without the side pressure of your thumb. And he said the thumb blade had some weirdness going on by the pivot hole, possibly from original forging or later grinding. So it's yeah, I don't see anything else I can comment on these. Both of them, the tips feel pretty good. Both of them, the tips come together, and good job, but I think this could be better. Could be better.